SMS.
Okay, that's what you do for a living. Yes, now the work we did.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, in this period of COVID-19, how can one reposition his business for more income in the face of the pandemic that we have right now?
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, there are several things that you need to do as a business owner. Like, for example, let me go back to, I like history. So
Okay.
we've been able to, I and my team, we've been able to look at history. We've been able to look at the previous pandemics that have happened, the previous plagues and all of that. And we were able to draw up some lessons for small businesses. Right. So if you want to, we discovered that for every pandemic or whatever situation that shakes the house, there's always a new normal that emerges. So things will no longer go back to the way it used to be. So that means people need to learn new skill sets or on the skill sets they have to survive. So one of the things that you need to realize is we are actually entering into a new normal. Things are not the way they will never go back to, at least for the next decade. We're going to be trying to find our feet in the next decade to see how we survive. And it is only those who are strategic that will actually survive this scenario that we have right now. And by survival, I mean those who will remain in business. And when I say remain in business, it means that you're making money, you're not losing money. Because if you're not making money in business, you're actually not in business. So one of the things that we need to do as small business owners is to leverage on technology. Like, we have the blessing of technology that those in the past didn't have. So we have to now leverage on technologies. And some of us actually need to go back and review our business models. Some of us are running very high cost intensive business models. We need to review that and go for low cost business models. And a typical example of that is you leveraging on services now rather than just products. Because I believe for every product, there are services, there are service lines. So some of us who are into products now need to go back and sit down, re-strategize and see the service line in what we're doing. That way you can render your services online. And when you're rendering service, people will also buy your products. So how do you get your services online so that people can, it's just like backtracking from service back to product and then the whole circle, continues. So that's one of the first things that you need to do.
Okay, please, for
and
a
the
layman,
second thing,
sorry, for a layman, can you break it? Service, product. You need to push out service before they can get your product. I don't understand. For a layman.
Okay, I wouldn't know the background of the audience. But let's just look at a typical example. Let's say someone is a baker, and what they do is they bake. They just bake cakes, birthday cakes, and all of that. And that's what they do. Their products. There's a service line to baking of cake. You can have training. So as against just being a baker, you can actually, become a trainer.
Yes.
You can actually become a trainer, package yourself very well, introduce online courses for baking. That is like providing a knowledge service online. So people are not necessarily coming to your store to buy cake or to learn about baking cake. You can actually provide that online. And so when you do your trainings online, people can also, so you have product that you're also selling. So maybe as a cake trainer now, you can now decide to include selling of baking equipment, so that when you provide your training service online, you can actually refer people back to your store that, okay, you have this in stock, you have that in stock. So you're actually creating funnels of financial streams for your business within your sector. Because another thing people do is to put their foot in, okay, let's say you're a baker, then you want to, because things are bad, you want to also put yourself into tailoring, you want to do all of this. Harmonizing all of that is going to be pretty difficult. But when you find service channels within your sector, it becomes really easy for money to come into your business. I don't know if that makes any sense at all.
100% makes sense there, according to what. So I think this is an appendage of what you were trying to say. This is just one eye. Okay, let's go back to the number 2 that you were trying to explain.
Okay. The second thing is, that's creating a service line. The second thing is actually to leverage on the opportunities that this season brings. Okay. So many businesses are going down right now, and they always say that the best time to attack your enemy, or the best time in business now, there's no enemy. The best time to attack your competitors is when they are weak.
Yes.
But of course, the best time to attack anything is when they are weak. And businesses are actually weak right now. So what you need to do is to put yourself out there rather than stay back and become weak yourself. So one of the things you can do is to give yourself visibility. You need to, like I said, you need to leverage on technology. This is the time that advert rates will actually come down because people are naturally cutting down on advertisement budgets in their organizations. So this is the time for you to position yourself. Our generation have the privilege of having something like Facebook or Instagram to promote ourselves. So this is not the time to really so much cut down on your advertisement budget. This is the time to push yourself out there. Let people know you. Let people know that you are there. You do understand what I'm saying? This is the time to leverage. We really need to reposition our mind to see this as a once in a lifetime opportunity. Because from research, I was able to see that those companies who actually survived saw beyond the pandemic that was in their season. They saw that there's potential in their industry, and if they want to be the leader, then they need to make people start seeing them at that point. So the second thing that I would advise is for you to get yourself out there. Let people know that you're running a business. Facebook ads, Instagram ads, these things cost, little to do, but, the way you package it and the way you target it is what brings you the results. So that's one other thing that I think you can leverage on this season.
The two insights you just dropped there, something that for me personally, something that I will use. Yeah, something that I will use, and it's so important because right now the world is on the internet. Businesses have moved to the internet. A whole lot of things have crashed, from religion to entertainment to banking, the banking sector also. A whole lot of things have crashed right now, and the internet is like the new market where everybody is right now, and it's booming. So, but there are some persons that their business right now is facing financial challenges. What do you advise on that part, bringing your business to the internet when first you are not making much profit? So what do you advise in such situation?
Okay, for businesses that are not making much profit right now,
yes,
the first thing I would advise is to go back and look at your business. You really need to sit down and find out what is draining. Like, there was an article that we published on our website, and this has to do with revisiting your business and finding out what creates value for you and what drains your values, what creates values and what wastes your resources actually. So you really need, before you start thinking about to get yourself out of the financial mess that you're in, so to speak, you really need to go back to your business and find out where value is created more or most in your business and where value is wasted. When you know that, when a problem is known, the solution becomes easy. If you're able to go back to your business, to go back and review your business, you have to reflect. Some of us, we are so busy that we don't even have time to take stock. We don't have time to take stock of our businesses. So this is the time for you to go back and take stock of your business. See where you're actually generating value and invest more into where you're generating value. See where you're wasting resources and block that place off. Because if you don't block it, you keep wasting resources. And then by the time you find out where values are created and where resources are being wasted, and then you now compare it with the situation that we're in right now, you will now need to see whether you need to create a new line within your business. Because by the time you sit down, you'll be able to say that, okay, I can add this appendage, I can add this, I can add this, I can add this. And then I will be adding this will give me more mass of customers, and then which means more revenue. So the first thing you need to do is to sit back and review your business. You just have to sit down, analyze your business, see where the problem is before you start thinking of, investing more money, taking a loan or whatever. Why are you smiling?
Something just came up. A lot of Africans, when you talk of business, after they've done it, their findings will shock you, because they'll come up with the finding that the business is actually suffering from home problem. And their village people.
From what?
Home problem. That their village people, they pursue them. Instead yes, that's the normal Nigerian African psychology now, that mentality that we have. Instead of looking for loopholes in the business, no, they don't do the business for the village. There's one thing. So how do you? No, let me just forget that question. I wanted to ask, how do you balance this mindset, this African mindset, with